We are back. We are back. Had to get that together. All right, everyone. Well, everyone who will listen to this later on, Umi Genevieve, Laced in Space, Constellations on LSD. Thanks for tuning in. You could have been anywhere else and you decided to be here with me. So always want to show gratitude, always want to show appreciation to each and every one of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for those who will join while I'm doing the live, for those who will watch it later on. So grateful. Hey, how you doing? So Gemini. How you doing, Gemini? Thank you guys for coming back. We're back. I'm gonna start from the top though, guys. And I've put them in order. So that's what took me a while. I was like, let me just put them in order so it's not a confusing thing going on. And thank you. Thank you guys for returning. So I'm just going to take a sip. Drinking my tea. All right. Okay. So degree theory. Degree theory has changed the game for me, guys. I feel like it's like the most accurate way of understanding energy. So if you are like, all right, like of course you could do tarot, of course you could do divination through those types of themes as well. But sometimes you don't have your cards on you. Sometimes you aren't even connected to cards in that way. So, but everyone knows numbers, right? Everyone understands numbers. So degree theory can help you understand every single moment of the day. It's a great way to manifest. It's a great way to understand what's even coming towards you. So we're going to break down each number, and then we're going to play, and then I want to play a little game where maybe some of you could come in the comments and ask a question, and then we'll pick out some numbers and then we'll see how that resonates with the question. But first, let's break down numbers, right? So I put them in order. Now it goes from 1 to 29. 0, if you ever get the number 0, you are in void. Just like if you see 0, no motion, nothing's going on, you're in limbo. So anyone who has 0 degrees in their natal chart, this is a planet where you are in limbo. There's no energy here, and you don't get in tune with this energy till your 29th birthday. So if you have a planet, let it be Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, those energies that are in 0 degrees, you're in limbo, you're in void. This energy is something you need to constantly keep working on, and sometimes you may feel like it's hard for you to grasp it. And it's not till your 29th birthday that you become conscious with this planet. So just check into your charts if you have any 0 degree planets. All right, 1. 1 is an Aries number. It's connected to Mars. So whenever you see 1, it's about putting yourself first, having sense of vitality. It's energy that's also connected to ego. It's I am energy. Whenever you see 111, it's saying you put yourself first, follow your heart's desire. Are you going head first into a situation? Where do you need to operate in Mars? So when you see 111, you are operating in Martian energy. So I watched a video where he talked about numbers and how it relates to your home. So I changed my number from 5 to 4. Yep. So that's a great thing. So I want to even talk about that. Like, let's say you don't like a number. Like a number is too heavy for you, or a number is too unpredictable, especially for your home, or maybe it's a number, your phone number, however the case may be. Change it. You can change the energy just by rearranging numbers, changing your phone number, of course, but also with your home, right? So let's say you live in like I'm realizing I live in a 7 house, and I felt like so much cardinal things were happening to me. So I made it a 12 house. I put a number in the closet and I put a number in the kitchen. So I put 2 in the kitchen. I used to have the 3, and 3 was making the kitchen so crazy. Like kids were just coming in the kitchen 24/7, being clumsy, dropping stuff all over the floor. So I put 2 in my kitchen to make it a little bit more fixed. And also I wanted to keep groceries in my fridge. Like I wanted to at least keep things. Now since I put 2 in there, it's even coming to things where I have to start throwing things out because now it's like no one's using them in the fridge. But when it was 3, it was crazy. I had to do like go to a grocery store over and over and over and over, like throughout the week. So I changed my kitchen to a 2. Then I put 3 in the hallway. Because I also was like, I want visitors to come over. I also want, us to do activities in the house. So we started doing a lot of board games because I put 3 in my living room area. So I put 2, 5, 2 plus 3, 5, and then my apartment number is 7. So that made it 12. 7 plus 5. And I just needed faith in the house. It's opened up faith. It's opened up like we are even starting to pray more. It has made the house a little mutable, but that's okay because we have more belief here. Like I've even had even more in-depth conversations with my partner, with the kids. So I made the house a 12 house because 7 was a lot. 7, I just kept every like month I was confronting something, confronting something, confronting something, and always indecisive about if I really wanted to keep living here. I've been here for 2 years and I stayed indecisive for 2 years. So doing things I didn't even like, asking myself if I even doing what I want to do because I was in an indecisive energy while doing so many first time things and not even sure that I'm operating in authentic, like being authentic in my choices. So I made the house 12. Plus I have a lot of 12 degrees in my chart. So yes, with if you have like a house number that you're like you don't like the energy, go to like Walmart or Staples or Joann's, like anywhere like a craft where you can have like crafts, find crafts, and get some numbers to change the number of your household and to with the number that you feel like will best resonate with your energy. Man, I may need to add 3. We don't have many visitors. Yeah, I added 3 and I wanted to like just bring in just even more visitors, but also more activities like as a family. Like we've been playing Uno in the house, Connect 4. We're doing family movie nights now. Like we just watch all Macaulay Culkin movies. So we watch Richie Rich, we watch all the Home Alones, and we just have like a better family night. When it was just 7, it was like so serious all the time. So that really helped too, like putting games. I put it in my living room because when I put it in the kitchen, the kids was playing too much games in my kitchen. All right. So just with that, just wanted to touch on that. So back to numbers, right? So 1, Aries energy. 2, Taurus energy, Venus number. So when you see 2, this is operating in Venus. It's also asking you what's in your like your second house themes. What do you value? Where are your what are your value points? What are you hoarding? What do you need to start keeping for yourself? How do you feel about your inner resources? So 2. When you see 3, 3 is a clumsy number, very clumsy. So when you see the number 3, just operating on the third of a month, that's also the third day of the Mercury day, the third day of the start of the week, like the week. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, always a very mutable day, clumsy day. A lot is going on. So on Wednesdays, naturally, a lot is always going on. And it's just a very clumsy number. 4, moon energy, Cancer degree. 4th house. Whenever you see 4, just like since it's a cardinal. So anytime there's a cardinal number, new beginnings, first, only, tradition change, cultural conversations coming up, home life, first in the family, strong feminine energy. Are you a matriarch? So those themes there. 5, Leo degree, 5th house, heart chakra, hair, creativity, inner child. So whenever you see 5, this is going to be the themes there. Also, whenever you get into fixed degrees, just know that there's gonna be themes with with any fixed number. You're gonna do way more than you need to do. Something's gonna come off as baggage, excessive. There could be an excess of ego. So those themes here. So anytime it's a fixed degree, those are degrees that are associated with Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius. There's something that can be excessive about the energy. So even just now, as I pulled the 5 up, what just happened in your personal space where it was just a lot is going on, biting off more than I can chew, extra. And this is also an energy that deals with the face, the hair, the outwardly appearance. It's also short-term fame. So if you have this degree in your chart, you are very probable to have short-term fame, be known in your neighborhood, be able to open up a platform personally. 6th degree, clumsy degree. So since this is a clumsy degree and it's a self-conscious degree, so Virgo stabs itself. It's a degree that also deals with, picking at yourself. So where are you becoming self-critical? Where does it open up energy where you need to be more self-critical? It's a self-care degree, taking care of yourself. It's a boundaries degree. So even as I pick this up, just in your overall environment, where are you feeling like there's a clumsiness, lack of boundary situation going on, and where you need to even work on self-care, take care of yourself. Maybe there's even something you did fit like just now with a gesture, a mannerism, and just being conscious of that. 7th degree, cardinal, Venus degree. Now this is a relationship degree, personal relationships. And also since the first 10 degrees are about inner self, right? Self, how you deal with yourself. When you're looking at the 7th degree, what type of relationships are you looking for? What are your values in these relationships? Also, whenever it's cardinal degrees, so anything that's associated with Aries, Libra, Cancer, Capricorn, there's something going on where it's a first time experience, a culture clash, confrontational energy. I've never done this before. I live in a 7th house. Something about the visual, the aesthetics, and also being conscious of don't judge a book by its cover. 8th degree. This is like one of the most dangerous degrees. Got to be careful with this degree because, again, it's fixed. So a lot is going on, biting more than you can chew, knowing that working on space where you don't get into debt, you don't overextend yourself. Even having this degree in your chart, you got to be careful of jealousy. Got to be careful of users, leeches. You got to ask yourself, am I doing too much? This is a transformative degree. So those themes as well. Excessive degree. So those themes, but it's also a dangerous degree. Like every time this degree comes on my dashboard, I got to be careful that I'm paying it. I got to be very conscious of paying attention because it can be a degree that opens up like, ooh, I almost hurt myself. Every time this degree comes on my dashboard, either I almost blew a stop sign, a red light, someone tried to cut me off. It's a Martian and Pluto degree. Now, it's also a great money degree. So whenever this energy pops up, this is a great resource degree. Now, remember, it can attract like not always the most positive things. So when you have this degree in your chart, you got to keep a stash. You got to know that there's some money that is hidden, no one knows about, because people might try to take it from you, use you. But it's a great money degree. 9, mutable. Whenever there's a mutable degree, so whenever there's a number that's attached to Gemini, Virgo, Pisces, Sagittarius, it's clumsy. 9 is an energy that asks you to be conscious about your perspectives, your philosophies. It's also connected to foreign travel, foreign languages, spaces where this is not what I'm used to. And whenever there's a mutable degree, you're going back to the drawing board. You're thinking, you're processing. 10. 10 is a cardinal degree. Always culture clash, new beginnings, confrontations. And this is also a degree that's telling you to take your time. Everything's about timing. This is also a degree that wants you to connect to your muscles. This could even be a degree that pops up when it's telling you to even work on, anything that could bring you fatigue, anything that could bring up like a heaviness. Like, is there something that's sitting on your shoulders? 10 degrees. This is a degree that asks you about age. This is a degree that also wants to connect to your public figure, like as a public figure, your career, your long-term goals. But this also brings in time. When is the right timing? But it's personally, it's inward. 11 degrees connected to Uranus. Unexpected, chaotic changes. Yes, but in a way that it changes anything that you feel like you are fixed and stubborn in. It's also connected to friendship, community. It's also connected to insurances, long-term savings, group economics, things like that. 12th degree, which I love, is Neptunian, but also Jupiterian. And this is a degree of having blind faith. Walking by faith and then by sight. your dreams, deja vus, intuitions, being connected to the other side, astral projection, connected to other realms, imagination. So those spaces as well. Now we're coming back to the top of the chart, back to the Aries energy. This is an Aries degree. Now, when we move into double digits, it's about, after 10 though, it's about relationships. So when 13 energy comes about, Mars, where are you having a Martian energy and on a one-on-one within your personal relationships? I can tell you why I'm having a Martian energy right now. So I'm about to mute and tell my daughter to put her TV down because it's throwing me off. So that's where my Martian. So check where Martian energy just came into your life right now within your one-on-ones where you need to get a little Mars. Or you need to be protective of yourself. You need to build better boundaries, those bases there. Because whenever you see 13, that means that there could be some sort of chaotic, confrontational energy happening on your one-on-ones. Mars. 14 degree. Within relationships, resources. Where do you feel like you need to be a little selfish? You need to be a little bit more it's about you even being more self-secured. That your sense of security is going to be very important as you work through this one-on-one relationship. Where do you feel like you need to occupy your Venus in a Taurus way within your one-on-ones? And you can tell how that was built up, telling my daughter to put the TV down, and also why I needed to do that for what we need to do. 15 degree, clumsy degree. So it's a clumsy degree. All mutable degrees are clumsy degrees. All fixed degrees are degrees where there's an excessiveness, a sense of resource, a sense of stability and security between your one-on-ones. And all cardinal degrees are about confronting things where there could be culture clashes, confrontations, change, redirection. Just, and when I say redirection, because when you're a cardinal degree, you're like, you know what? I need to take on a sense of leadership in this conversation. Mutable degree can be a redirection, but in a way where both parties are still confused. Both parties are still unsure. Also, when mutable degrees come on, you can even get you could even get tongue twisted, especially Gemini degrees, because it's the energy of how you talk. And if anyone does have any Gemini placements or any Gemini degrees, it could just be very important that you get your words out correctly, because you may feel like sometimes you're easily misunderstood or your words are taken into the wrong context. This 15 degrees means that it's happening between you and someone else, a one-on-one. It's also a short distance travel between you and someone else, taking a walk between you and someone else. So those types of energy where you want some mutable things to happen. 16 degree is a Cancer degree. Again, whenever it's an energy of cardinal, it's about confrontations, being the one and only first energy, new beginnings. I've never done this before. So if you have this degree in your chart, whenever you come into contact with people, they might even tell you, you know, I've never met someone like you. You're the first person that I'm experiencing this with. It's also an energy that can bring on moon. So even connecting to that nurturing, motherly energy as well. But it is an energy that does bring in culture clashes. Just with having heavy fourth house, Cancer energy, the degrees that are associated with Cancer, you can be an energy that when you do come into rooms, you are a representative of your culture. Like example, I have a stellium in the fourth house. So I've come into environments where I'm explaining to people where my culture, like me being Haitian, and or just coming into environments where I'm the only like woman there, only person of color. Like where I work right now, I work in a school and I'm the only Black person there. So just having this degree can open up spaces where it's obvious there's a culture theme going on. Leo energy. Leo energy is star power. 17th degree is star power, meeting very prominent people. Being aware that when you walk into a room, you bring in a certain light. Being aware that you are able to make great connections with prominent, powerful, and public figures. Just having this degree means that you might even have a great advantage in knowing that there can be some prominent celebrity type of people that will repost you, that will want you to be part of their community, part of their crew. And just having this placement as well, whenever you, like, let's say you're in a relationship and you guys break up, this person will forever talk about you. You will be a celebrity in your ex's relationships and your ex's next relationships. You will be a very memorable friend. Memorable, you're a memorable being in your family. This is a great degree to have if you are into wanting to build that kind of platform. Even if you are shy, this degree is going to pull you into center stage in some way. This degree and 29 degrees and 5 degrees, but this is like a real good one, because it means that you even have great sense of compatibility with people, where even if you're not working or you're not trying to be in a creative space, they'll call you up and be like, hey, I want you to be a part of this. You mind coming on? And if you want to even research some people's charts, Bob Marley has it, Chris Brown has it. These degrees are really good, really strong for those types of platforms. We're back to immutable degree, clumsy. And this is clumsiness between a partnership, one-on-ones. Now, this is also a degree that makes you self-conscious. It's Virgo. It's a degree that wants you to mind your gestures. It's a degree that'll have you touch it on yourself to see if everything's put together okay. It's a degree that also asks you about detoxing from people, feeling like you need to even go through positions of where you need to even work on since it's a relationship degree, just having this degree, you can feel like there's certain points where you have to operate in celibacy, abstinence, detox from certain places. This degree can open that up. This is a hermit degree as well. And where even in personal relationships, you may feel like this is a struggle for you to really connect with people because you like your time alone. Does anyone have any 18 degrees in their chart? 19 degree, Venus degree, Libra. This is an aesthetics degree. It's not always what you have. It could what you have and what you know. It could be who you know and what someone else has. Partnership degree. It's a big degree here. This is a degree where if you have it in your chart, you could be good at consulting work, social work. You could be an energy where you're good at some sort of good at partnerships like where you this is a great, but let's say you want to do like a great twosome degree. This is a great degree for just placements where you know that if I'm around the right people, they can give me they could give me opportunities. Libra's at the top of the chart on Forbes list for being rich and for being very powerful, because they know that it's always good to have a great reputation. And this is a degree that will really value their reputations. We're in a Scorpio degree, 20 degrees, Pluto. Now associate this with Pluto energy, because this is a powerful degree. Now we're in 20. Now we left the teens. So we left the degrees that are about relationships, one-on-ones. Now we're getting into the career degrees, long-term goals. Yeah, if you have 19 degrees, you already know that you better put your best foot forward when you go outside. This is a degree that knows that you just can't be outside wearing anything. You just can't be like, you might not know, you may not know who catches you in the street, on the road, and you don't want to give off a bad impression. This is a degree, if you have in your chart, that first impressions are important. Just having Libra degree or Venus degrees, like Libra, Venus, people do judge you by your cover. They judge you based on your visual. Now we're in the career degrees. 20 degree, powerful degree for negotiations, contracts. This is a degree for the millionaires, baby. If you got this degree in your chart, you could have, this is a strong millionaire degree where you can really open up great contracts, spaces where you can build leverage. Now, if you're not doing too good and you're not good with your resources, this degree can get you into some big debt. IRS type of debt, foreclosure, bankruptcy type of debt. So if you have 20 degrees, be very conscious of that. But the same thing, like you can lose a lot of money, you can make a lot of money with this degree. Also, if you have this degree in your chart, you will be the one in the family that wants to build some sort of family business, some sort of strong economics for the family. You'd be the one that would think about getting the family some sort of life insurance policy, opening up some stocks, some wills. Great degree for this. Powerful. You're a money magnet, but you also got to be conscious of the fact that sometimes you could bite off more than you can chew. Pisces Moon Universe, that's a great degree. Maybe you could put in the chat, like especially since it's in your second house. What sign is it in? So that's a double money house, double money aspect, resource. What sign is it in? 20 degree in the second house. Really good. Ooh, real good, real good. But now with Aquarius, though, because even if you want to look at it this way, right? Saturn is exalted at 20 degrees. So Aquarius is a Saturn sign, co-ruled. So now it's in a house that does square it. Now, the only thing with having Aquarius, 20 degrees in the second house, is that you have to wait till after your 30s, your Saturn return, to really see what money is like, what it really is. Also, Aquarius means that it wants you to work on more of your long-term savings, later in life money, your pension, your Roth RA, your life insurance policies, your insurances. Those types of themes will be things that you will start putting money into right now. So as you move into your late 30s, 40s, you already have a stack of money. Just with this type of placement, if you start working on that right now, you could probably retire early. Now, Gemini, you have Sun, Gemini at 20 degrees. So Gemini, the more you research, the more you know that everyone is knowledgeable, the more you get into understand, like how I put it together with 20 degrees Gemini, you learn shortcuts in this lifetime. You learn ways where you could even go like work smarter, not harder, would be the 20 degrees Sun in Gemini. And where that now, so example, real-time example, 20 degrees of Gemini on the Sun, you're friends with someone and they took a class, they went and got some sort of knowledge, some sort of information. So because you are friends with them and they put you on, you don't have to take the class, but now you're being put onto some sort of incentive because of asking the right questions, being around knowledgeable people. So Sun in Gemini at 20 degrees would have a friend that took a stock class. They learned all the profitable stocks. They put this Gemini on. Now the Gemini now knows what stocks to go into. So the Gemini gets a good chunk of money because they learned how to ask the right questions and they're open to the fact that everyone is knowledgeable. 20 degrees Gemini, because when you have it immutable, you have to be okay with knowing that you are always a student. Mutables know that everyone knows something. Everyone is smart at something. It'll be immutable. A Gemini, Virgo, Pisces, and Sagittarius. They'd be like, I know they're a crackhead, but some crackheads may have good, like, just use an example. You could learn from from a professor and you could learn from someone on the street. That's immutable. And with it being at 20 degrees, that means that this person has strong probability to gain huge sums of resources, incentives, just by asking the right questions, being at the right place at the right time, and knowing that everyone is good at something. My whole chart, except for 2 placements, are under 5 degrees. Can't wait for the replay. So if you have degrees that are even are within 1 to 10, it's all about you working on your inner self. If you have it from 1 to 5, that means that there's still things that you feel like are very naive and still need to mature. Because if we have, example, if we're going to work with progression, right? If we're working with progression, for you to get to the next sign, that means you have to go through all 29 degrees. So if you have degrees that are like 1, 2, 3, that means you have to do at least 20 to 25 years in this sign, especially on the sun. 20 to 25 months on the moon, over a year to progress. Like, let's say someone has 28-degree sun. Within 2 years, they'll move into the next sign. If someone has a 2-degree sun, 28 years, they'll get to the next sign. So it's like that. The lower the degrees are, the more immature and naive the planet is. The higher the degrees are, the more mature the planet is for them to get to the next season, the next sign. So if you have lower degrees, you may even feel like a baby or just very childlike. You're still growing within those planets. And if you have a chunk of them, that even shows even within your parents, where there was something naive, young love, while in school love, very immature, not too sure, youthful, even within their connection. So those themes as well. Okay, so 20. 21, Sagittarius degree, Jupiter. 21 energy will open up the base. 21 will open up the theme of travel, long distance travel, traveling for school, secondary, like more postgraduate, graduate school, college, wanting to go to other countries to find philosophers, mentors, wanting to find the universal truths, learning different languages for career. Those themes of here. I have a Libra sun at 3 degrees and a Libra Mercury at 29. I've always felt very strongly insecure about my voice. Third house. So 29 degrees with Mercury. Now you have a very animated voice. And that could be it as well, because 29 degrees is a Leo degree. And people may have told you, especially on your one-on-ones, where you don't want to come off too loud, fiery, or you don't want to come off too aggressive or egotistical. Because since it's in the energy of Libra, you always want to put yourself in people's shoes. That's what Libra's about. Let me put myself, all air signs. They're always looking at people in ways where it's like, why would that person think this way? Why would that person act this way? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But in Libra, you want to have tact, but it's in a degree that doesn't always care about tact. That's very passionate. So they're operating at the same time. But you can be a great, like, let's say with you want to do like a co-host type of thing going on, because that'd be a great Mercury for that, where you work in twos. You would find someone that maybe has more of a reserved, while you're the one that's more animated. So you guys could bounce off each other. 22 degrees, Capricorn degree. So this theme here. So since I just even pulled this chart up, how are you guys thinking about career right now? Where you guys are feeling like, it's taking forever. How long will it be? When is going to be the right timing? This is this degree. And it's also a degree that's if you have this degree in your chart, it's not till after your Saturn return. And just even when Saturn matures 35 years old and on, that you will start to activate whatever this planet is in. But this is a degree right now. If anyone is asking a question within self, how long is it going to be? When will it be the right time? It's also a degree that acts as you, since it's cardinal, culture clash, change of traditions. Now, this is also a family, like a drama degree too, for family. And if you do have Capricorn in your chart, where do you always feel like, I love my family, but I also feel like I need to detach and find my own in my family? So this is that kind of degree as well, where once it's asking you how to take on leadership, but also how to balance out any family karma that you have. Just even having this degree, since it's in a career within the career degrees, where do you want to work when it comes to family building, karma within the family, where you even want to work in real estate, housing for certain types of families, low income, those types of things as well. This is that kind of degree here. If you have this in your chart, where are you the first in your family, the only in your family to even go towards a certain career path? Uranus, 23 degrees. This is a money degree. This is a degree where you should go into stock. You should play in the stock market. You should work into, this is also entrepreneurial degree. Going to certain spaces where you don't always depend on the government to get a certain job or to pay you in a certain way. This is an outlaw degree. This is a degree where you want to think outside the box. This is a degree where you're helping other people think outside the box, especially within career. This is also a degree where you feel like you want to stand out. You've always stood out. This is a degree that can also open up being in multicultural, biracial, having that in your chart, or interracial relationships, that energy there. This is a degree where you're also an outcast. Kyla, since you have Sagittarius rising at 23 degrees, where do you feel like whenever you communicate, speak, share your own, speak with others, communicate, share your ideas, you are always an outsider, or you feel like you're always thinking outside the box or saying things outside the box or being treated as if what you're saying is outside of the box? Where have you also learned to find certain types of education, philosophies, certain types of perspectives that are outside of the box? And where will you be a teacher, mentor, guru yourself that thinks outside of the box? 24 degrees. This is a highly spiritual degree. If you have this in your chart, you actually can go into a career where you help people talk to the other side, where you help people, where you do even dream interpretations, where you have even had certain types of life and death situations where you've almost touched the other side in your life or felt like you were about to lose your life. You are very close to your ancestors in this lifetime. You may even have an altar where you connect to the other side with this chart. People seem to dump on you in ways where they feel like mental health. They dump on you in ways. Maybe you've even had certain people even tell you in this lifetime that they have wanted to self-harm or take themselves out in this life. This is a number that also makes you extremely psychic. So if you have this degree in your chart, go into some sort of path where you help people understand the other life. Death doulas, this is your, if you have this, go into that path. You are highly connected to the other side. You will work in healthcare. You will work in some sort of nurturing, healing, nursing. This is you. And you can also heal people too. This is you. Living by water, working by water, putting water type of energy into the work that you do. This is you. 25 degrees, we're back to Aries. If you have this degree in your chart, this is an energy that's also being first and only to do certain type of work. This degree also makes you an activist, an advocate. The type of work that you will do will be helping people bully for something, helping people come into terms, confront things. This is also a degree where you might even go into military, defensive work, policing work, helping people who need some sort of policing. This is that degree. Watch out for your temper in this degree, but since these are career spaces, you might even need to have some sort of protective shield, know that have some sort of guard in the type of work that you do. 26 degrees, Taurus. This degree, you could work in finances. You could work in fashion, resources, creative energies. This is also energy that is asking you about your finances right now, your resources, your sense of stability. That base is part of Taurus. But since these are career degrees, long term, like this is also long term goals. So just with going back to here for long-term goals, I see a lot of people that are like, I'm going to school, where you work. So right now, if like before when this degree came up, this could have been asking you like, when am I going to finish? When am I going to get to the end of that tunnel? When am I going to get to the finish line? I need to hurry up and do this. So those things right here. This is the financial. So if you have this degree, you can work in financial sectors. If you have this degree, just like with the 20 degree in the Scorpio degree, resources in the family. 26 degree in Neptune, where do you want to bring in certain types of resources, value points into the system? Like, so with Neptunian, so I'm looking at Neptune, where do you even want to change the resource system? Where do you want to change the food industry? So if you have this degree in your chart, maybe you've even done some sort of transformation with what type of foods you consume. Maybe you have a specific diet. Maybe you've had to really work on your endocrine, your system, what you consume. Maybe it's very important that you don't eat certain things. Just having this degree could even make you not only in just the financial sectors, but also a nutritionist. To those themes. And this is a creative placement. So where you are even an artist, where do you even want to build a house of fashion, an artistry, like this could even be art therapy, but you are a curator with this placement. 27 degrees, Gemini. It's a clumsy degree, but I love 27 degrees because this is a great degree for a public speaker, a writer, a blogger, a vlogger, an energy that goes on the podium and shares their idea, an author. So if you have this degree, people like to hear you speak and people like the way you write. People like your ideas and your perspective on things. And it's a Gemini, so it doesn't even have to be matter of factly. It could just be like my opinion. So if you have this degree, you are a great speaker, great writer. You will be known for your speaking. Get a podcast, write a book. People want to hear you. They want to hear your opinion. But it's also a clumsy degree. So just know that when you have this placement, be ready to debate. People are going to debate you. But that's how, but think about it. They're only debating you because you're interesting. You have an interesting mind. Yay, YouTube channel. Yep. If you have this degree, you got it. You're even a great ghostwriter, a co-writer. You can help other people write. You can help other people find their words. Like even with this placement, you could even be a speech pathologist. You got it. 28 degrees, moon, Cancer degree, cardinal. So if you have this degree, there is something culturally going on. Culture clash, first only, first in the family, a matriarch. Now, this is a degree for real estate. So if you have this degree in your chart, you should get a real estate license. You are into property ownership. Maybe you want to own some sort of housing, go into housing. Maybe you want to get certain types of property, multiple properties, get properties even in foreign lands, foreign countries. Maybe you even want to get a property back home, a family house. But this is a strong real estate degree. There's also a degree where you can work from home, work remote, have a home office. Powerful degree here. It's a big honcho degree. And it's also culturally. So whenever you see this degree pop up, this number pop up, there's something that's going to come up that is a culture clash. All cardinal degrees, especially this one. You're a culture clash. You're a first of its kind for the culture. This is culture. So I'm the first of the culture. This would be that number. And then last, we have 29 degree Leo degree. Famous. You are famous, baby. Let it be for the good things or bad things. You are known for your hair, your visual. You will have a platform. You got it. You are a star. You are a star. Not only is it Leo, but it's also an Arctic degree. Powerful. Don't deny it. You are it. Anyone who has 29 degrees in their chart, they're also connected to their ancestors. Maybe they're even named after a grandparent. Named after some public figure, maybe named after a country, a street, something where parents realize you are bigger than me. Powerful. You feel it, you know it, don't deny it when you have this degree. And if you have this degree within your first birthday, you already moved into the next sign. So there's a deep wisdom in you. So those are the degrees. So from the first 10, personal. The second, relational. You and another person. Last, career, long-term, future. And if you have baby degrees, that just means you're a young, maybe you like another thing too with having like lower degrees is that you don't look your age. You don't act your age. You're a young soul for life. So that means you can hang out with people 10 years, 20 years younger than you. You'll always be in the know. You always know the new song that's coming out. You know the new movies that's coming out. You're not trying to act like these old folk. You're an energy that even in your 50s, 60s, you can get down with the younger generations. So that's not always a bad thing, because who wants to be out of the loop and treated as like discarded. You know what I'm saying? So not saying that's what happens, but when you have these types of degrees, you are conscious of what can happen as you get older. So you stay in the know. And you can also be like, also with having like more of the younger degrees, like, let's say you have grandchildren, you're doing the TikToks with them, you get it, like, you know the vibes, you probably got on the newest kicks before they do, the newest fashion before they do, you get it. And that's also not only for the younger degrees, but also the Mercurials. So Gemini definitely will always can even look young, and Virgo. Look young, act young, and even have just themes of a certain type of energy. Also Aries, Mars, but Aries Mars can do that too. Now, this is for like if it was more like I've never done this like this way, but if anyone has like a question in the comments or something like they would just want to ask, and I'll just pull out a number for them and see how that can give them some sort of clarity. I wanted to do that. I wanted to do it on TikTok because that's like where everyone else is doing it, like the tarot stuff. So but I have to verify my age, so it didn't allow me to do that. So I'm gonna do it. So I just came up on here since I already have a community. And I'm also gonna do this on Instagram later on as well, where people could put in the questions and stuff. But I just wanted to come here to YouTube. So if anyone has any questions or anything they want to put in the comments, and then I'll just pull a number out for them and just to see how it resonates, you know. Or we could even do a game where it's pick a number, you know. Well, I mean, like, no, that wouldn't be possible. So if anyone has a question, I'll just pick a card up for you. Or if you have any other question besides the card. So just gonna wait for a few minutes to see if anyone has that. But again, while anyone is putting questions up, follow degree theory. Follow degree theory. So example, as I continue, 6 pops up. So just me even pulling it out, maybe people may feel a little self-conscious. People don't know what question to ask. Okay, I'm gonna pull that up. So should I have more? Okay, all right. All right, so I'm gonna do this for Pisces moon, and then we also could share this together. So Pisces moon. Okay, I want to just put this up with you guys, so it's not. Okay, pull this up. All right, Pisces moon, 15. What this can ask you is the person you're with. It's a relationship degree. It's asking you, what do they think? Like this energy. Are you in a partnership? Do you want to move? Do you feel like you're in the right location yet? Where do you feel like the answer to this question is still mutable, but mutable, mercurial, mutable in a way where it's 2 people. If you're in a relationship right now, how does this other person feel? Are they on the same page with you? Does it matter who the partner is? Is this more for you? Would it be the right timing? Are you still thinking about the timing? How long will it be? Also, with the other children you have, how will it be mercurial? But there's a mercurial theme going on. And with Mercury at 15 degrees, it is asking you where the partnership and what they're thinking, if they're on the same board as you, where they're also going back and forth with themselves, where there can be a little confusion going on. Do you guys still need to move? Are you guys still in the right location? Is there a certain age that you want to have it before the child be like, is the child before a certain age? And do you want to have it by a certain age? Where is time? Like, this is the energy that could ask you um will you have time? Is it like just the timing as well is connected to this? But since we talked about the numbers, where do you feel that it's mutable? And also the last child, the age gap between them, what age do you want them to be before this happens? It's asking you to properly plan, but plan with the other partner. Make sure you guys are on the right page. All right. So the second question I have, so when will I get a new job soon? So I'm going to put this up. And I hope this is, so I'm pulling it up. So I hope this is, and I have this thing on my page too, where like, it's like a post where you could pick the number and you have to just screenshot it. Or you could pick the number. This is my first time doing this. So I'm still trying to figure out, okay, so 2. This is for Kayla. Saturn, time, 9. Okay. This is asking you, do you need to go back to school? Do you need to go get some sort of minor degree? Maybe go get a license, a certificate to get the job that you really want. In the meantime, it could be asking you to look for a part-time job, something that allows you to work on time, have proper timing, because there is an energy with this that also wants you to also find a job that gives you the ability to really like travel. Don't take too much of your time. You don't want something that's like consuming, time consuming. But there's a waiting energy here, but also an energy with, do you have the right certifications, licenses? Do you even want a job in the city, in the area that you live in? Kayla, what have you been thinking about? Think about going back to school. I've also been doing courses for a certification. I'm contemplating about moving for a new job as well. I hope that helps. Okay, it is a good question for a line. What is a good question for this line of asking? What is a good question for this line of asking? So how I do it, right? So sometimes I'll be like, all right, what is my next move? What should I be thinking about right now? What is the right decision? And then a number will pop up. I'll see 5, right? So I'll be like, you know what? I need to choose me. I need to center me. I need to go with where my heart's desire is. I need to put myself out there. I need to not be afraid of being embarrassed. Let's say like those types of themes. Also what type of, like, let's say if I'm in a public place, I'll center mutable energy. Is it about to be clumsy? Is it about to be a long drive? Something like that too, I'll center. Just got to get conscious with the numbers. And then once you get conscious with the numbers and thinking about and then also centering the last thing you were thinking about. So those themes there. Okay, how can I become more confident? How can I become more confident to become a vlogger? I have 27 degrees for Uranus. All right, so you have 27 degrees because that's already opening up that you can be a vlogger, right? You have Uranus in Sag in the 8th house. Talking about so Uranus energy being out of the box. So you're going to talk about things that are completely out of the box. Uranus, things that are world topics. So also being okay with opening up different philosophies. When I say different philosophers as well, philosophy. So with Sagittarius, Uranus and Sagittarius, you would open up, hey guys, I just read this book from this Indian philosopher. Let me give you my perspective about it. Hey guys, I'm in the middle of Africa. I'm doing a vlogging experience and I want to go into the certain types of neighborhoods and do interviews. So, and it within 8th house topics, maybe about the occult, maybe about certain types of abuse, corruption. But you want to take your vlog on the road because you want to meet different people from different cultures, backgrounds, languages, and talk about it. Because Sagittarius is opening up the fact that you want to make this universal, not just local. 27 means that you want to give people information through your own personal experiences and opinions while diving into 8th house conversations, 8th house territories. I have 2.44 degrees in my 10th house. How do I work with this for my best advantage? All right, so you have a Taurus energy, Taurus degree in your 10th house. Yep, Taurus. So it's Taurus degree in a Taurus sign in the 10th house. What comes to mind, and we've talked before, and what's coming to mind is that RV. It was a while ago. You were like doing this RV thing, like where you were going to go on the road because you have Sagittarius in your chart too. And what comes to mind is opening up different value systems to the collective, letting the collective know that you don't always have to like what everybody else likes. Opening up maybe certain types of nutrition, herbs, products, possession, like those types. You want to show people that you don't always have to value what the capitalism tells you to value. Get to the roots of your value points. Helping people figure out why they even learn to like things, these certain things. Do they even truly like those things? Showing people that there's different things. Yep, and it's in the shop. I still have it. I'll go back to, yep. So heading back to, so what I was seeing with this energy is opening up less is more. There's a dynamic of minimalist going on because you want people to get to the roots of what they like. Showing people that it's not always what's being plastered on magazines or on commercials that are the most valuable. That a lot of things are valuable. Nature is valuable. Attaching your career to nature in some way. So with Taurus energy in the 10th house, you want to help people get into understanding their values. You want to show people what things are valuable, even to yourself, since Taurus energy is about self. What is valuable to you? You might find that people enjoy the things you own or the things you've come to own or treasure. I have Taurus in the 10th house. I'm a Leo rising like you. So every time I share things that I like, that I enjoy, or that I've invested in, it seems to do wonders for my career. Like I like numbers, so I shared it with you guys. I'll like a certain food, I'll like a certain outfit, and I'll share it with you guys. And then people will see me like, oh shoot, that's nice. Where'd you get it from? Or wow, okay. So that those types of themes when you have Taurus, what you value, what you've invested in should be part of your brand. And this will now help people consider their values, their investments. They'll come to you because of the things that you value. They'll want to know how to eat. They'll even help donate and sponsor and build the things that you are valuing. So just having that energy there. And it's at a Taurus degree as well. So I'm going to do this again later on, hopefully, right? I have 2 readings in 4 minutes. So I'm going to do this again on Instagram. I'm going to figure out my whole approach too. And I'm going to even start from the top the same way, introducing it. And but in the meantime, guys, work with the numbers. I have this thing on my page, or you can even go on YouTube and just find that number. Like there's like a video you can watch and it'll like do all the numbers from 0 to 30, screenshot. See how you keep working it. You find out the characteristics. You keep finding out the characteristics. Work with the numbers. When you look at your receipts, when you are looking at the dashboard, when you're looking at the time, work with the numbers. Okay, like right now, right? So we're going to do this together, right? In 3 minutes. Well, I'm on the East Coast. So in 3 minutes, it's going to be 7 o'clock. 7 is a cardinal degree. So I already know the session that I'm about to do in 3 minutes is a first time session with this person. There's going to be something culturally happening. There's going to be some basis of where I've never done this before. Like, so has to be a first time client. I've never done this before. Maybe there might even be a certain race, this person. Maybe I'm a certain background to them where they wouldn't have necessarily done this type of consulting work with. So there's something about it that is cardinal in 3 minutes. So in 3 minutes, well, I'm on this. So anyone who's on the East Coast, 7 o'clock, see why within 3 minutes you hit something cardinal in a Venus way. So love you guys. Always love, always gratitude. Thank you so, so much for allowing me to share this with you. I'll see you guys later. Bye, everyone.